Someone lied to you this week. You probably felt it. Something was slightly off in the way they answered, the way they looked at you, the way the story didn't quite add up, but you ignored it, told yourself you were being paranoid. You weren't. Your brain caught something your conscious mind didn't have the language for yet. In the next 7 minutes, I'm going to give you that language. 5 signals that liars cannot fully control. And the one signal that is so revealing, most people cannot believe it's real when they first see it. Before the signals, here's why lying is harder than people think. When you lie, your brain has to do something it wasn't designed to do. It has to suppress the truth while simultaneously constructing a false version and monitoring how you're being perceived, all at the same time. That cognitive load leaks, and it leaks through very specific channels your body cannot shut off. I'm going to show you 5 of those channels right now, but I need you to stay until signal 4, because signal 4 is the one that works even when someone is a practiced liar. And once you know it, you'll never miss a lie the same way again. Signal 1. This one you can catch in the first sentence someone says. Verbal overselling. Honest people, when they tell you something true, don't feel the need to convince you it's true. They just say it. But liars feel the gap between what they're saying and what's actually true, and that gap makes them oversell. They add phrases that weren't necessary. I swear to God. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth. You have to believe me. Why would I lie about that? Think about it. When was the last time you said, I swear I'm telling the truth about something that was actually true? You didn't, because you didn't need to. The more someone insists they're being honest without being asked, the more your brain should flag it. Truth doesn't come with a warranty. Lies do. Signal 2. This one is about what someone doesn't say. The question dodge. When you ask a direct question and someone answers a slightly different question, that's not confusion. That's deflection. Did you take the money? I've never stolen anything in my life. Notice they didn't answer the question. They answered a broader, safer version of it. Were you there that night? I don't know why anyone would think I was involved. Again, not the question. This is called non-answer deflection, and it shows up constantly in both everyday lies and in interviews with people who have something to hide. The brain instinctively avoids the direct question because answering it directly requires either the lie or the truth. Deflection buys time and avoids both. So pay attention not just to what people say, but to whether they actually answered what you asked. Signal 3. This one is about timing, the micro-pause. When someone is telling you the truth, they retrieve a memory. Memory retrieval is fast. It just surfaces. But when someone is constructing a lie, they have to build it, choose the details, check for consistency, make sure it matches what you already know. That construction takes a fraction of a second longer than retrieval. So watch what happens when you ask an unexpected question. An honest person pauses briefly, then answers naturally. A liar pauses slightly longer, sometimes just a half second, and when they come back, their answer often sounds slightly rehearsed, like they found the words instead of remembering them. This works especially well with specific questions. Not, what were you doing last week, but what did you have for lunch on Tuesday? Specific questions are harder to pre-construct a lie for. Signal 4. This is the one I told you to stay for. Emotional timing mismatch. When something genuinely terrible happens to us, or something genuinely wonderful, the emotion arrives before the words. You feel it first, then you speak. So when something bad happens and someone is being honest, you'll see the emotion on their face before they say anything about it. The distress, the shock, the sadness, it arrives first. But when someone is performing an emotion they don't feel, when they're faking being upset or shocked or hurt, the emotion comes after the words. They say, oh my God, that's terrible. And then the sad face arrives, a half second late, out of sequence. This is one of the hardest signals to fake and one of the easiest to spot once you know to look for it. Practiced liars can control their words perfectly. Experienced deceivers can manage their posture and eye contact, but almost nobody can make genuine emotion arrive on cue. So the next time someone tells you shocking news, watch their face before they speak. The real reaction is in those first 2 seconds. Everything after that can be performed. Signal 5, the simplest and most reliable of all. Story consistency under pressure. Truths are easy to remember because they happened. You don't need to track a truth, you just recall it. But lies require maintenance. You have to remember not just what you said, but what details you gave to whom, what order you told it in, what questions you were asked. So ask the same question twice, not immediately, later in the conversation, or come back to an earlier detail from a different angle. Honest people barely notice. Their story doesn't change because memory is stable. Liars often give slightly different versions. A detail shifts, a timeline changes, something that was certain becomes vague. You don't have to be confrontational about it. Just ask about the same thing twice, differently, and listen for where the story breathes differently the second time. Now here's something important before you go testing this on everyone you know. One signal means almost nothing. Nervous people oversell. Anxious people pause. Grieving people's emotions come out of sequence. Shy people dodge questions. You are not looking for a single signal. You are looking for a cluster. Multiple signals appearing together in the same conversation in response to the same topic. When someone verbally oversells and dodges the direct question, and their emotional timing is slightly off. Now you have a pattern. Now your gut instinct has data behind it. Also, know the person's baseline. Some people are naturally nervous, scattered, or expressive. Signals that deviate from their normal matter far more than signals that match it. 5 signals: verbal overselling, the question dodge, the micro pause, emotional timing mismatch, that's the one, and story consistency under pressure. You've always had the instinct. Now you have the framework behind it. If this was useful, subscribe. Every week we break down one psychology concept that gives you a real edge. No fluff, stick figures, small words. See you in the next one.